Dear learners, welcome to NIOS, the video series. The subject is Home Science, lesson number 16. The title is Household Equipments, the things we use in the house. We have discussed part 1. Now let's discuss part 2. Correct use of household equipments. So whenever you are buying anything, on the box there or inside the box there is a manual which tells you the instructions of using that particular equipment. So it's very important you always read the instructions before you start using the product. How many hours you can use it, how can you clean it, etc. All these things you must learn. For example, in the house we use plugs. We should not use plugs that are exposing the metal. We should always use the ones which are totally fitted and clean. Sometimes an injury can happen because of that. Children can get electric shock, etc. So whenever you are also cleaning the plugs or electrical appliances, remove the plug and then clean it. Turn off the switch before you clean it. Please keep all the switches, electrical items away from water. Little bit of water can cause a very big hazard and you can get badly injured. Anything, technical thing or an equipment, do not clean it with water. Just read the instructions and follow how to clean it. For example, an iron, you will not put water on an iron. So just read the instructions on how to clean the iron. So remember all these points when you are using your household equipments. Care and maintenance of electrical equipments. Let me explain. Do not touch any electrical equipment when your hands are wet or any part of your body is wet. Just make sure your feet and hand especially is not wet when you are touching the electrical equipment. Always wear slippers because you can easily get electric shock. Do not touch it with barefoot also. And if you are feeling that any of the electrical equipment has given you an electric shock, don't touch it again. Immediately call an electrician and get it fixed. Then you can touch it. Don't touch it because you can get an electric shock. And also tell your family members that this particular product is giving you electric shocks, so don't touch it. Third thing is whenever you are using a 3-pin plug, etc., remember that you have to keep the wire aside. The wire does not come in your way when you are walking because you can trip and fall. So these things you have to remember and keep it tightened. Let's discuss the next points. Always check the fuses before you are leaving the house or you are working in the house. All the electric supplies which are not in use should be turned off all the time. When they are in use, you can turn it on. So be mindful of that. And always check the MCBs. Sometimes we have low voltages at houses or the electricity is going again and again. So it's important to check the MCB. MCB can tell you what's going wrong and the light and everything flickers, and then you can immediately call an electrician to fix it. So an MCB can help in understanding why the fuse has gone and which fuse needs to be fixed. In the kitchen, always make sure that you're not wearing nylon or synthetic clothes or a sari which is of synthetic. It can catch fire very easily and then you can get burnt. So be very mindful of what you're wearing. It's safe to wear cotton in the kitchen and cook. So be mindful. Don't wear synthetic or nylon clothes because they can catch fire very easily and they can melt in the skin and you can get burnt. Immediately change your clothes if you're wearing a nylon one and you have to go to cook. In the kitchen, when the pan is hot and you have to touch it, just don't immediately touch it with your hand. Use a glove, a soft glove which is kitchen glove, or use a soft towel, big towel. Don't use your sari or your dupatta to touch hot pans. You can get an injury, so be mindful of that. Use a specific kitchen towels for the work in the kitchen. A lot of people use kerosene oil for cooking, as you can see. So this kerosene oil, this is not petrol, this is a different kind of kerosene oil which is used for cooking only, cooking purposes. So when you are putting it in the cylinder, don't fill the tank completely, keep it 2/3, some amount of it should remain vacant so that it doesn't catch fire and you can keep refilling it. So these are the things that you should always keep in mind. On the LPG gas cylinder, always check that the rubber pipe is not worn out, cut or exposed. Immediately get it replaced if it is cut out, because it can cause fire or it can cause shocks, and you should be very mindful of checking all the gas knobs etc. are shut properly. Always buy the ISI marked product. If you are feeling that there is a leakage, immediately turn off all the knobs and keep the knobs closed at all times and call for help in case you need it, because they are the experts and they will be able to tell you if there is a gas leakage. Now let's come to knives. We all use knives for different purposes at home, like for chopping etc. As you can see from the picture, always once your knives have been cleaned, don't hang them in a position where the blade is pointing upwards. Always have it downwards. Why? Because in case if you're directly you're touching it, you can get hurt and you can get a bleed. So if it is downwards, the pointy side is downwards, then you can grab only the handle side of it. So remember to keep it downwards. So when you are cooking the food in the pressure cooker and it has don't immediately open it when the food is cooked, just wait for the steam to go down, the steam flow to go down, and then open it. Then open the pressure cooker lid when the steam is over. That way the food will be cooked safely. So while using non-stick utensils, which are very non-stick, now that it's come in the market quite often. So for that, just use a wooden stirrer or a wooden spoon instead of using metal spoons, because metal spoons can destroy it. It can go bad. Remember to always read the instructions. The instructions will be there on the manual, that how to clean the non-stick pans also. And even when you are cleaning it, don't use a scrubber. Use a softer foam rather than using a hard scrubber. As you can see from the two pictures, the sewing machine is there. If you want the sewing machine to run very smoothly rather than it going all cranky, keep it clean and put oil in it, then it will be cleaner. You can't drive a car without put petrol, right? Similarly, for washing machines, for sewing machines to run smoothly, you have to put oil. Microwave, we all use microwave to heat the food or to cook the food. Everyone has been using these. You make cakes etc. in the microwave now. But we have to remember, we have to clearly remember that we have to use only the utensils that are microwave safe. Something that is safe for the microwave, like for example this china bowls etc. Do not use steel specifically in the microwave. It can get a blast. Remember that. Conservation of fuel, let me explain. Always keep your gases, your stoves etc. clean, extremely clean. Before cooking, dal, rice, pulses etc. soak them in the water before rather than cooking them directly. And we all use frozen foods these days, right, which is kept in the freezer. For example, smileys, the potato smileys that children eat, the french fries etc., kebabs, chicken etc., which are frozen foods which are kept in the freezer. So when you want to cook it, keep it out for a while and then start cooking it. because if you directly cook it, a lot of fuel will be wasted, a lot of oil will be wasted, a lot of energy will be wasted. So let it cool down, let it dry out a little, and then you can use it. Conservation of electricity, we all have to be very, very mindful of that. Save electricity whenever it's not in use, just turn off the lights, fans, air conditioners, etc. Always do that. To save electricity, you can also use low voltage tube lights. You can go for them, you can ask the expert, which is the energy saving one, and you can use those. It's cheaper as well, you can ask that for less voltage ones, and always turn off the lights, etc. when not in use. Refrigerator, just don't open the refrigerator and keep discussing things here and there. Avoid opening it again and again, and save electricity, save money also. Microwaves, air conditioners, washing machines, etc. Minimize the usage as much as you can. Conservation of water. We all have to be mindful of conservation of water. Don't use a shower. Instead, go for the traditional method of bucket and mug, so that the water is not wasted. Save water in that way. When you're cleaning the fruits, vegetables, etc., the water, instead of cleaning one by one, just have a bowl, fill water in it, and then clean all the vegetables at once, and then drain it out. Rather than cleaning one at one time, it will waste a lot of water. Just be mindful of the water that you're using. It's very, very important. Adding to for a few more examples, when you're washing your clothes and the water that has been used for washing the clothes, the leftover water, instead of throwing it away, you can use that water, you can save that water, you can clean your stairs or the floors with that water, you can use it for mopping purposes, and once that also is done, then you can throw it away. In the kitchen, when you're washing your fruits, vegetables, etc. in water, the water that is left over, instead of throwing it away, you can water your plants, the flowers, etc. using that water as well. So we can all save water by doing a little bit. Thank you.